Alright, so we have dialogue options here. Kim, why have we not arrested her yet? And what if I told you you're under arrest? Miss Aranye Disco Dance. Let's change the subject for the time being. I'm curious to know what the responses to these dialogue options are, but I don't want to be locked into actually arresting her because I feel like I want to let her, live her life and go if she needs to. What if I told you? Yes, what if I told you you're under arrest isn't actually saying you're under arrest. It's what if I told you about it? And then Kim, why have we not arrested her yet? Kim can give a response. Let's ask Kim first.
There may be grounds here, at least for an extended detention.
Okay.
A little whimper. The young woman hears you. She's looking around.
What if I told you you're under arrest?
But I haven't done anything. Anything illegal.
Ah.
She purposefully misrepresented information crucial to the case.
But who cares?
Fucking mind games. Enough. That's right, gang. Stern and merciless now. Stern and merciless as we reel her in.
You misrepresented information about the case. Without the Hardy's confession, we'd know nothing. You're a suspect in a murder investigation. You're a flight risk. That's all the reason I need. You're not playing these mind games with me anymore. Wag your head next to your head. Wag your finger next to your head. You're coming in. Industrial espionage. We uphold international law here in the zone of control. So yes, I have committed to arresting her, I think. So, industrial espionage. We uphold international law. I don't care about this. Mind games, not necessarily. You misrepresented information about the case. Without the Hardy's confession, we'd know nothing. That is true. This is the main reason why we've made progress. Is Klassje has told us stuff, but the Hardys have actually, corroborated it or actually disproven it. I don't think she's necessarily a suspect in the murder investigation. She's related, but, well, tangentially. Because I'm locked in, I have to pick one of these, so I'm going to have to pick the first one.
The lieutenant produces a pair of handcuffs.
Hold on, Kim. Not yet, not yet, not yet.
Please, no.
Her eyes become round with fear. She tries to back off further.
But there's nowhere to go. A two-story drop to the Plaza Mosaic. If she could, she would have run before. Fragile, unshielded. Her voice is thin and tired.
I think I know who did it. Who shot Lely. I can tell you. I can help you.
Finally? Jesus.
She knows something.
What do you know? Who shot him? Kim, arrest this woman before she can say anything else. What do you know?
She's silent for a second, as if looking into herself for certainty. Then, in a hushed voice, she says,
Ruby.
Huh? Huh? How? Why do you think it was her? How could she have killed him? That's it for Ruby. Why do you think it was her?
She has this thing for me, ever since I met her and the boys downstairs. She's been pretty frank about what she wants.
what she's saying is sex.
Sex? And what is that? Sex?
And more. I made the mistake of confiding in her. I told her I was on the run. She started protecting me. It became an unhealthy relationship. When I started spending time with Lely, she told me to end it. Said there would be shit if I didn't. It was not a good meeting. We stopped talking after that, but...
I don't understand. What exactly in your relationship made you think she is romantically interested in you?
The lieutenant sounds incredulous. He still has the cuffs in his hand.
She said she's in love with me. She even asked me to run away with her when I told her I'm a fugitive. She started developing notions about our relationship.
This is all very crucial information that she should have told us about once she explained that Ruby existed.
And you led her on?
Lieutenant narrows his eyes.
A little. I was flattered, you know? But then I had to let her off, and it was not easy. I came to regret being friendly with her. We maybe kissed, nothing more.
Yes, but what was their relationship outside this unequal power dynamic?
What was your relationship like before this conflict? Sounds like she was fixated on you. This is just sensationalism and guesses. I don't know what to make of this. What was your relationship like?
We spent a lot of time together, listening to the radio and such. She had great milieus, and she was good company. I was sorry it had to end.
What was that question about? She's feeding her friend to the wolves here. It also has startlingly little to do with arresting her, you suddenly realize.
Sounds like she was fixated on you.
This is just an assumption.
I know what it sounds like. That's why I didn't want to tell you before. But she knew what had happened when I came downstairs. Somehow, she knew Lely was dead. She wasn't surprised at all. When we came up here, she was calm as a stone, too. She cleaned it all up like she had a plan.
Yeah, most people would be at least taken aback by the sight, you know. You can kind of pull yourself together, you know, and get into the mentality of this is a problem that we need to fix. But if you are calm before going up there, then yes, you know what's happened.
This is a familiar theory. You had it too, remember? Could it be that Ruby was covering up after herself? The lynching? Yet again, you're coming up with this. The worst thing is, it may be true.
Ah, see. Why do you think it was her? When Ruby said there would be shit happening if you didn't end your relationship with the deceased, was she threatening you? And how could she have killed him? So, when Ruby said there would be shit happening, was she threatening you?
She came over one night, drunk, said she'd turn my life into a living hell. I've been threatened before, so I can tell when someone knows how to do it. And she's a pro. She must be. To keep the Hardys in line. I tried severing ties with her after that. I thought it had worked, but...
He looks through the window of her room.
Some of that fear is still with her. She exhales sharply. What are you talking about? She's afraid you'll arrest her.
And how could Ruby have killed him?
You said there was a secret route there, right?
But I only told you that after talking to you. Like, you wouldn't have known that. So, what she's saying is Ruby is the one that had access to the elevator, to the blue door, and, well, I guess it gives you easy access to the Whirling Rags. So, Ruby shot them, and then went down the elevator. But surely there would be people there to corroborate whether Ruby was actually with all the rest of the Union boys, right?
She could have come up through there, then taken this shot. Right here, where I stand. It was too dark outside. I wouldn't have seen her.
Then slipped back downstairs without anyone noticing. That is possible.
I guess.
Interesting theory. Did she know that door exists? Had you been out there with her?
Wait, the door was physically barred. We kicked it down. So, yes. She did... Well, so the theory is Ruby shot the mercenary in the back of the head and then tried to escape down the elevator shaft. But she had to make sure she couldn't be followed, which is why she barred the door, hence why the door has to be kicked down. And then she can make her way down the elevator and then slip in through the kitchen. Okay, that makes sense.
Yes. She's been up here many times. She used to come to drink on the roof when,
What is it? You're thinking about the peephole, right? The perforation in the pinball workshop wall. What is it?
The peephole. My bed is right next to... She would have seen us.
You mean to suggest she made it?
No. No. Why would she do that to herself? No, I just remembered you told me about it, and...
No, don't underestimate. People will do things that you don't expect.
She's not really sure. It was right above the bed. She could have seen all sorts of things from there. Don't let your imagination run wild here, sire. Keep it on track.
Okay, that's it for Ruby.
Okay, and what? Arrest the liar now.
No.
Why? She told us some pretty interesting things there.
Exactly.
She's stuck here. She's already in prison. Look around. She's only trying to help you.
Who? That's all good, but I think we should still take you in just in case. Step a little bit closer. Okay, I'll keep you here, miss, for now. Back off completely. Who?
Her. Stop letting her distract you.
Right. I have a feeling if I try and step towards her, she is just going to go ahead and end it all because she feels like she literally has no other option. And I would rather that not happen, you know? She can't tell me anything if she's dead. So, I'll keep you here, miss, for now. Back off completely.
Thank you. Thank you. You won't regret it.
She cradles herself for warmth.
Something tells you, you will.
Let's talk about you and Ruby again.
She
Just the
nods.
same thing. Yeah, that's all. That's it
Okay.
for now. Let's change the subject.
She slowly lights another cigarette and steadies her breath, as if in the presence of some tiger. You are. This is not the end of this.
Let's get back to those lies you told. I think that's it. That's all we need. Alright, we made a lot of progress there again. And I think we got one more task to go back to the Hardy Boys. Make Titus gives up Ruby's location. Yes, that is something we need to do. Because Ruby is the missing piece in all of this. Like, we knew there was an 8th Hardy Boy, you know, that was not with the rest of the group. But it sounds like Ruby's disappearance is how the game has been able to be dragged out this far. Because obviously, you know, it wouldn't make sense for Ruby to be found immediately. So yeah, let's go over here and talk to Titus and try and get Ruby's location.
You again. What is it?
Okay, I talked to Klassje. Now I need to talk to Ruby.
Why?
He leans back and regards you with curiosity. Because she's your real leader, I'm going to level with you. She's the next link in the chain that leads me to Lely's killer. I've seen her in a laudanum-induced delirium. The paranormal instinct whispers her name into my ear. Look, I need to pin this on someone. I've decided to pin it on her. I suspect she killed the victim, that's why. A civil war is brewing, and the only way to prevent it is to solve the murder. That means talking to Ruby. He's a suspect in another case I'm investigating, a drug smuggling. Interesting. Is this a I only get to pick one of these, or is it kind of choose all of them? Let's go with she's your real leader.
You're cuckoo, cop. I'm the only man responsible for this unit. Get with it, or fuck off.
Yeah, fuck off.
Okay. I'm going to level with you. She's the next link in the chain.
Sounds like you're making her a suspect in this. Not on my watch, you're not. Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her under your moral intern steamroller. Fuck that shit.
And fuck you too, moral
He throws a glance at Titus as the last syllable leaves his lips. The big guy sighs.
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. You know how it works, guys.
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory. I don't want to be rude, but we're trying to get some R&R here. Think you could fuck off now?
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a theory presents itself if you keep looking.
Alright, so we have a logic check of impossible 18. Present a solid theory about why Ruby could have done it. So our logic's 5, but we found the key in the union box. We saw the winch outside. It's been staged like a play. We found the antique rifle. Klassje gave a motive. We found the secret route. And Ruby is a drug trader has been established. So, yeah, that's quite a lot.
A sudden flash of lightning in your neocortex. The hostel cafeteria is lit by its airy blaze. Floor plans, bullet trajectories, webs of human emotion, all channeled into a single thought.
Why are you so sure Ruby didn't off him?
Because she was here, all night, with us.
So that's what I thought before, is that she would have been noticed to be missing.
He's cobbling together shit so he can put her away. It's Cop 101.
She was here all night? 11:30 to 12:15? She was here during all that time?
He's not going to know whether that's the case.
Yeah, with us, drinking, near the stage there.
She didn't go to the toilet. She didn't go to the bar for a drink. She didn't go out for fresh air for one smoke.
No.
Sure, you don't sound convinced.
That's a lie.
You know that's not the whole case. In the whole 45-minute window, she was with you all the time. You know that's not the case.
All right. She took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out too. She has an operation to run from her lorry. We're not getting into what that operation is again, Cop.
We know it's the drug trafficking because of the lorry outside.
That's probably for the best. Don't break your stride now.
And just 'cause she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically got to the roof and shot him. I've been through this. It's not plausible.
But you don't have the evidence we do.
He's been through it. That means he suspected her too. All right, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for sometime during the window. This was crucial. Now let's place her on that roof. You got his attention. Now don't ruin it by making weird claims. Remember, you can still mess this up.
Really? Okay. You do agree the shot came from the roof, right? A skilled Sambo artist could have climbed the outer wall like a spider. There is a secret route in the kitchen that leads straight to the roof. Have you noticed the winch out back on the outer wall of the whirling? Right. Let's go with this one. You've noticed the winch, right?
I've seen the winch. I'm not blind. You saying she reeled herself up by her collar. Like some kind of...
You can't come up with an analogy.
Kidding?
Let's go with that. Point is, it's just a rusty winch. It doesn't put her on the roof.
Alright, well let's say that suggestion is truthful when we say that we can still mess this up. So let's just go with the obvious option. There is a secret route in the kitchen that leads straight to the roof.
How?
Through what looks like an abandoned pinball workshop.
People say there was a pinball arcade here, sometime before the hostel. What was it called, Theo?
East Delta Pinball Arcade. Weird place. Went bankrupt.
But he knows it.
Okay, but how'd you get up? There's no room for a staircase in this building. Or an elevator, for that matter.
Actually, there is.
The elevator is outside the building. It's an old dumbwaiter used for moving pinball machines up and down from the workshop.
Good one, Kim.
Thank you.
The lieutenant is glad he got the floor plan right there.
From there, a door leads straight to the roof. You can just step outside.
Ruby could have gone up, shot him, come down. All under 7 minutes.
That's quite the theory. We need to have a look at that secret passage, boys.
I'm on it, boss. Right when the law clears, me and Angus are going up there.
It's a dumbwaiter, not an industrial lift. How about I go
Instead of the fat man?
Shush now. You got something else to back this route up? Or is that it?
There were pinball machines in the workshop still operational. I also found footprints upstairs in the old workshop. Guess what? Remember that key I found? Point at the window. Have we firmly established Ruby could have access to the roof where the man was shot? There were pinball machines still operational.
Right. What the fuck does that got to do with Ruby?
Nothing. I just thought we could bring some down, get some new machines in here. What if they're somehow connected to the murder, a pinball murderer? Just making an observation. Let's move on. Yeah, let's stay on track.
He makes a gruff gesture for you to continue.
I also found footprints.
Footprints. Recent.
The tracks were recent, but not worn down in the right foot like Ruby's. It's best to omit this pesky little polemic for now. Too confusing.
Not worn down in the right foot. Recent, a week or two. Recent, size about 43. Recent, but they didn't fit with any of yours on the scene, Ruby included. There were prints there with horizontal lines. They did say about size 43, and that's the most vague shoe size. So let's go with size about 43.
43 is pretty large for a girl, don't you think? But then Ruby's what you call a butch girl. She's no daffodil.
Yeah, because at this point, we've got no context for what Ruby actually looks like.
Yeah, but that's what's so cool about her. It's why we've been thinking...
I know what you've been thinking, Glenn. We'll talk about it. Once the murder charges have been cleared.
Titus, you're not really saying...
He's thinking, all right. Glenn gets silence for an answer. Push forward with this theory.
Guess what? Remember that key I found here? Point to the window.
I don't like guessing, Carl. No one does.
It opens the steel door in the kitchen, the one that leads upstairs to the roof. This key was right here, with you, all the time.
You didn't find it, but Ruby did. That's how she got up there, and it's why it's next to the Union box.
Quit jumping to conclusions, Theo. You took that key. Did it look like it was recently put there?
No, the ribbon was old, faded. It'd have been there for 20 years at least.
You could have made a copy. You could have just put it back there once she was done. Yeah, maybe I was just jumping to conclusions. I mean, it's possible to make a copy of a key. The ribbon was old. She could have just put it back there when she was done. Because the door was locked. I think... The existence of the key being there in the first place probably means that there is a copy rather than she putting it back, because people would notice her putting it back in the space of the shooting. So you could have made a copy.
And then put it back. Why? It's damn interesting you found it there, but it doesn't fit with Ruby, and you know it.
It doesn't fit well, but it fits, and he knows it.
Or what if I say the other one about putting it back?
Quit jump.
No, the ribbon was...
Why? This doesn't make sense. It's damn interesting, but it doesn't fit well, and you know it.
It doesn't fit well, but it fits, and he knows it.
You do agree the shot came from the roof, right?
Why not? You can't draw a straight line into Klassje's window from any of the surrounding buildings. Not from what I know about Martinez. Maybe from the coast. But like I said, I've been too busy dealing with you idiots. So no, I don't think it was a sniper. It was close up.
Yeah, alright. Have we firmly established Ruby had access to the roof?
Firmly doesn't go well with could've. There's a route to the roof. Me and the boys need to check it out. That's what we've established. But a route does not put that bullet in his head. A gun does that, and Ruby doesn't carry one.
I just thought, the person that we are meeting to get our gun is called the Pigs. What if that is Ruby? And what if the murder weapon is my gun? Ooh, that would be a twist.
Phase 2, murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand. If not that, then at least a shadow of a doubt. In the shape of a gun. Just don't contradict yourself. If it doesn't sound like Ruby did it, maybe keep it to yourself. But what if you miss interesting information that way? The choice is ultimately yours. But...
I've analyzed the bullet that killed him is jacketed. Yeah, is my gun military grade? Right, I've already established Ruby's running drugs. She could have smuggled guns too. I've analyzed the bullet that killed him. It was jacketed. The antique rifle. There are weapons like this just lying around in Martinez. The local pawn shop sold my lost gun to a woman. Maybe it was her. Alright, show them the antique rifle, because that is actual physical evidence that these guns exist.
That looks antique. A Belle McGrave. It's inoperable. Where'd you get it?
There's a cellar under the bookshop. It was hidden there with others just like it.
20, maybe 30 rifles, Titus. Also broken, but still, there were too many. And there must be other caches too.
God damn it. We need to close that dump down for good.
Okay, I see your point. There are guns lying around. Damn it. I thought we'd found all the old spots. Why was that still there?
Because it was hidden.
We just missed one. Ruby doesn't know this place, boss. Just these cops digging up shit.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I didn't say I'd prove she had the murder weapon, just that we need to find her. I've analyzed the bullet. It was jacketed.
So...
The man shrugs and looks at you.
So it had to come from a breech-loading rifle. Military grade. Not even you militia monkeys have those.
So it can't be my gun.
This goes against your short-range theory. If the murder weapon was military grade, how did Ruby get it?
Well, that's going to lead in. Smuggling question, isn't it?
You don't know. Just be honest. Screw honest. You just showed him a breech-loading gun.
Mm-hmm. I just showed you a breech loader that any child could have. Just because it's rare doesn't mean you can't get it. I'm just being upfront with what I know. You're right, I'm never solving this case, it's too complicated. I just showed you a breech loader.
A broken old broomstick is what you showed me. But point taken.
Time to really close the deal. Show them the bullet.
Pulled out the bullet. This is the bullet that did it. 4.46mm, the Belma grave uses the same caliber.
The blonde man looks at the mushroomed deathbringer in the evidence bag and says,
Yeah, the bitch is jacketed all right. 4mm too.
Whoa.
Well, goddamn. It's not proof, but it's a possible murder weapon. Close to her. Too damn close. You have been thorough. I'll give you that.
I've established she's running drugs. She could have done guns too.
God damn. That's just about your favorite topic, isn't it? Every fucking 5 seconds.
You were warned not to bring it up. Your best shot here is to just back out of it.
Okay, fine. All I'm saying is, from what I saw in a cabin, she'd have no trouble getting a gun. Fine, Titus, I'm not getting into it if it touches on your pressure business. Let's not get into it.
Okay, cop. She's got connections. I could see how she could have access to a gun. That still doesn't mean she did.
That's all you needed. Doubt.
The local pawn shop sold my lost gun to a woman, maybe it was her. I forget whether they actually know this, but I might as well say it.
You lost your gun?
No, they didn't even know that. Oh, okay. The blonde man is taken aback, not even laughing.
What an idiot!
Tell me, did you lose it before the murder?
Yes. No, it was a joke. I lose the gun before the murder. No, surely not, right? If I lost my gun before the murder, then that would mean that I was here when the mercenaries and all the trouble was happening with Klassje. And even being an amnesiac would not make sense with that. So, no, I didn't lose it before the murder. It was after I arrived, after being contacted to even come here.
Of course not. And Ruby didn't use your lost gun to kill him.
That's fair enough.
Stop thinking about your lost gun, damn it. You'll get a heart attack.
But we will get it back soon.
This was merely a thought exercise. He did not lose his gun. Let's move on.
Yeah, I shouldn't have done this one because they didn't know that. I didn't say I'd prove the murder weapon, just that we need to find her.
I don't know, cop. Why don't you find your lost gun first?
The tattooed man bursts out laughing at his own joke.
Easy now, Al. This isn't comedy hour.
Titus, we're not seriously considering it, are we? Ruby wouldn't do this. Why would she do something like this?
Phase 3. Motive. The last component. The big one. Get this and they'll give her to you. Remember, don't piss him off. That never works.
Okay. It's not why did she kill him, it's why did she organize the cover-up. Last year you told me some pretty interesting things about Ruby. Maybe it's all part of a leadership challenge against you, Titus. When Klassje came downstairs, Ruby appeared to know something was wrong. Maybe she killed him because she thought it would curry favor with you. Okay, well that's not right. So I think 1 and 4 are the options here. When Klassje came downstairs, she seemed to know something was wrong.
Nah, man. That's just Ruby. She's got shit under control. That's her whole thing. That's why she's so good.
Plus, man, it's like female intuition, you know. Women talk to women. Which is sort of why we need someone on the team who they talk to.
Is that why we have Elizabeth?
Eugene wants a woman on the team so they can do their job. must be hard. Half of Martinez is female.
Mm-hmm. Yes, roll your eyes. Female intuition, that's what it was. You're right, Eugene. She's just got her shit together, that's how she knew. Or she knew what happened because she killed him.
Not so useful.
Titus looks at Elaine, then Eugene. Okay, so there's that. And then it's not why did she kill him, it's why did she organize the cover-up?
And I suppose you have a theory on that.
She could have just been covering up for herself, Titus.
Think about it. Why go through all that effort? It was her idea, wasn't it? The hanging. You went along, but she suggested it.
She had, like, a fully formed plan and shit. Right when she came back downstairs.
Really, Shanks? Klassje wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. She was just the first one up there. I could have come up with that plan if I'd have been first.
But you didn't.
Time for a logics demonstration.
Eugene, let's assume you killed him. Shanky, let's assume you killed him. Titus, let's assume you killed him. Okay. Well, Eugene was the last person to talk, so he's getting picked on.
He scoffs.
Think. You kill him. Get up there. Shoot him. Get down.
Would you prefer to go on trial with your friends as part of a lynch mob or alone for committing murder?
The man is silent.
If she used us to cover her own shit up, well, that's a serious violation of the Hardy Code, boss.
Which is why she didn't. She would never do that. Why aren't more of you defending her? This is fucking stupid, Titus.
Glenn, I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in this shit.
Titus looks grim.
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she's skipped town. This is good.
Okay. Don't make him angry, so don't go into interesting things. Maybe it's part of a leadership challenge against you? Like, maybe? He thinks that she should be the real leader, but they all go for Titus first?
There's no fucking leadership challenge. Just when I thought you were taking this seriously, cop, you put your head in your ass.
Man, now he's just throwing shit against the wall to see what sticks.
Kinda.
Okay. We've ruled out infighting. That's how this works, by exclusion. Remember, all we need to do is rule Ruby out too. That's all this is.
Maybe she thought it would curry favor with you. So, Ruby may have known that Titus had feelings for Klassje and then did it for Titus? I can see that.
You had expressed, on occasion, your dislike of the mercenaries' presence in Martinez, right?
Whack someone in my district? That doesn't carry much favor with Titus Hardy. She has to know that.
He rubs his chin and looks out the window. Okay, Titus, you have to see it. Things don't add up. We need to talk to her.
Silence. He looks around the room. The old man in the corner nods. A very small nod. And a trickle of tobacco spit on his lip.
Yeah, I see it. There's one more thing I've been wondering about. Ever since you asked me where she is. Add it to your list of suspicions, if you want. I don't know where she went. She just got up and left. Got real scared, too. Wouldn't tell me where. However, hard I asked. Wanna know why?
Why?
She was afraid I would tell you. Maybe she was right. By now, I probably would.
He looks you straight in the eye.
She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is typical suspect behavior. Why fleeing is always incriminatory.
Perhaps. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that.
Task complete. Make Titus give up Ruby's location. So, when did she leave?
Friday afternoon, when you first arrived. I got word the RCM was in town. Then she came in to see me. Told me she was leaving. That's when we had our little conversation.
What was she scared of?
I told you. You.
Me as in the RCM, or me personally? Me as in the RCM?
No, you. As in the cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes.
No wonder she's afraid. I've come to declare the ending of the human experiment. You probably knew me from my singing days. I'm sorry, God, why does everything flee at the sight of my shadow? I have no idea why she'd be scared. I'm just a normal cop with regular thoughts in his head. He probably knew me from my singing days.
Yeah, that's real funny. She wasn't laughing, though.
Hyperstellar law official.
You know, when I first saw you limping here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply. But now I'm not so sure.
What else did Ruby tell you about me?
She said you have a funny taste in clothes, and that you won't stop.
Won't stop?
Until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you from Jamrock, that you're a human can opener, that you play suspects against each other, open them up, like cans.
Like a good detective.
And then when they're all empty, just move onto the next can. Don't look back unless there was something you missed.
Fucking hell. Titus, did he just...
Open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did. Now, we can whine about it, whack him, or we can go on with our lives. I'm having a go on with our lives kind of day, Al. How about you?
And what if they all just suddenly said, no, let's whack him?
Silence. He nods.
Is that true, Kim? Am I a can opener? Anything else? Anything? Is that true, Kim?
You are insistent.
He nods. Anything else?
Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she wanted to. It was burning on her lips. This called Titus, this called Pete. But she was too scared.
Scared? You should be too. A strange fear creeps over you. A metallic taste in your mouth. Change the subject.
Do you have any clues on where Ruby went?
She's not far. We know that much. She didn't take her lorry, so she's on foot.
Good fucking luck, man. She knows this place like the back of her hand. You'll never find her.
Yeah, Al. And we won't either.
She's not really a hardy candidate anymore, is she?
She's not, Glenn.
Have you looked for her?
A little. On the coast.
Where have you looked for her, more precisely?
More precisely, on the coast, past the waterlog. She's not here, so I'm thinking she's there.
He nods southwest.
Who's doing this looking? They're all here.
You're all here. Who's out looking?
Lizzie needed some air.
The gardener? But she went to tell Everard. So she didn't go to tell Everard. She went to tell Everard.
You're a smart cop, but you're a stupid person. No one goes to tell Everard anything. If he has to know, he has to know fast.
So how does he know?
It's called a radio, you believe. The gardener may have played you a game when she stormed out. She has her own plan.
Alright. Can you tell me where on the coast I should start looking?
Sure. There are some shit houses there. A cinderblock town. Fisherfolk there refuse to unionize. So, that's one place we haven't looked. I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash. Time for you to step up.
New task about ask about Ruby in the village. So, Idiot Doom Spiral and Abigail and so on?
We will start there. One more question. What does Ruby look like?
Boyish. Hair's red. Dyed. She looks like a lorry man.
Red hair, looks like a lorry man. You know what she's doing with the Ulan frequencies?
The what now? I have no idea. Boys?
She said she's building a pale emitter.
A pale emitter? How can such a thing exist?
What?
We were talking about radio equipment. She said she's doing Ulan frequencies and a pale something. I don't know more.
This guy barely understands what he's talking about.
There you have it. Pale something.
Titus puts an end to it. A pale emitter. It's not much, but it'll do. Go!
It'll have to.
He puts his hand out. Shake it or walk away. All things said, the Hardy Boys have actually been incredibly helpful. At least during this session in particular, so sure, let's shake the hand.
His grip is firm and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite.
Okay, well, we made a lot of progress. And I think that is also a good place to stop for today, because we have got quite a lot of things to ask about. So yeah, we have a plan of action of what to do for next time. Yeah, like I said, let's go ahead and make a save. So yeah, thanks for watching the stream, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, we made a lot of progress over the last couple of sessions. I feel like we were kind of spinning our wheels a little bit for the before this, but now we are making actual progress in the main investigation, which is good to see. So as always, this will go up onto YouTube at some point. So that will be youtube.com/RiggyRob Pimmsy. I will put a link in the chat now. We have Discord, and we have Twitter, and we have TikTok, all sorts of different social media. If you search RiggyRob on a search engine, you'll probably find them. So yes, Twitter will tell you when we go live because I do a tweet. Discord will tell you when we go live automatically. And we try to stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at around about 8 PM UK time. Sometimes a little bit later because we have a child, and sometimes they don't want to go to sleep. Yeah, that's the reality of it sometimes. And yes, next time I will be doing more Disco Elysium, and we'll see if we can track down Ruby and get our gun. So, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all next time.